Hey gamers, welcome to Noob. I'm gonna be doing a video here today on Monster Hunter World, and I'm gonna give you guys 5 tips, maybe a little bit more. We'll see how many we can pop out in this video here, but these are gonna be tips that are gonna help you vastly in the start or your first introduction to Monster Hunter World here. So one of the biggest things I found that's super confusing is tracking, and the reason is because you could actually be tracking 3 different monsters at the same time, but as you've seen just there, you can actually select it to track one of them specifically. So you can track it, like right now I'm tracking the Kula Yaka. The only condition with this is if you run into another footprint or slime on the wall or anything like that, basically what's going to happen is it's going to automatically divert your track to that specific type of animal. So it does work when you select it until you go ahead and highlight something else. But you can also still just go right back to your map. Once you get back to your map, you can then select the animal you want to track, and then you'll see your little firefly things will start guiding you in the direction of that monster as well. The second thing is going to be how to create armor, how to go ahead and make your weapons and all that kind of stuff. Obviously it's going to be at the armory, which is right here as I just showed you. And this is going to be a little bit different and kind of confusing as well the first time you start it. So you can use it to upgrade equipment, build stuff for your Palaco or Palico or whatever you want to call it, and do all that other stuff. But how armor works in this game, there's no real store to buy it from. You have to actually farm some stuff and go ahead from there. And it's also going to be the same process for upgrading. We're going to specifically aim right now this portion, just because I'm trying to keep this video short, on how to create new armor. So you can see right now, you have the basics, which is leather, chainmail, hunter, bone. That's the stuff that you can create right from the get-go. But as you kill different monsters like the Kulu, the Puki, the Bareth, all that kind of stuff, you now then can make those type of armor sets. We'll go ahead and show you. You can go ahead and also do a preview on that. You can see right now I've got the complete Bareth set here right on, and that's what it's going to look like. We'll go ahead and put the Puki on here, and this is what that armor set's going to look like. So basically, once you first kill a monster, you now have the ability to create that armor set or build that armor set. Also, if you guys are curious as well, you can go ahead and add all this whole armor set or portions of different armor sets, whichever you actually like the most, to your wish list. Once you get it all added to your wish list, you can add up to 6 things, which is a full armor set and a weapon, so you can kind of strive to get what you actually want out of it, and then you'll know exactly how many materials you'll need. The way to do that is to load up your quest screen here, go down to the wish list, and then you can see individually what each of these will cost, what materials you need to build it, and you can also go to the total requirements, and it'll show you to build this complete armor set that you picked out. This is exactly what you need. You'll also, once you do this, you'll also get an alert saying you now have enough to make this piece of armor as well, so it's a pretty handy little feature to have. The next thing, and this is probably the most important thing, I probably should have started with this one. This is going to be how to use weapons and how to have better combos. So you're going to go to your room for that, which is right over here, as I've just shown you on the map here. And this is going to be a huge thing, because this is what you should do as soon as you get into the game. And the reason for that is because you're going to be able to find out here what weapon works the best for your playstyle and what you enjoy doing the most. So once you're in here, you can go ahead and go into this chest here and pick any different type of weapon that you want. You can go ahead and sell stuff, check out your items that you have, change equipment and all that kind of stuff. What you're going to do for this is going to be changing equipment here. So we're going to go ahead and check the different type of weapons. What I'm going to use here is I'm going to go ahead and use the dual blades, because that's my favorite type of weapon to use, and I know them a little bit better. So once you equip them, you can go ahead and target various stuff here, and as you can see, instead of just the basic moves that you have on the top of your screen while you're using the weapon, if you look at the bottom left, it tells you some basic combos. Like here you can hit triangle, triangle, triangle for the basic combo. For a demon mode combo, you hit triangle, 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 and circle at the same time. And for an attack while you're changing positions, which is a different type of combo, it's circle, circle, triangle, circle. So you can see, you end up getting the advanced combo abilities, and in addition to this, there actually is more combo abilities that you can do when you create yourself, but this gives you a good frame of how to get some of those advanced combos quickly, and just more than that, just to be able to learn your playstyle and what you want to actually do with it. So you can see, we just did the demon mode combo here, so that's pretty cool as well. I'm gonna go ahead and do another one here, and the one I'm gonna pick here is gonna be the greatsword. Again, I like using this big post because it's kind of one of those that's stationary in the area here, so we'll try a couple different combos with the sword here as well, just because we want to see differently what it does, or what it does differently. You can see as well, there's a couple different things that you can try, and what you'll be able to do with this as well is go ahead, when other people post videos of their combos that they figured out that work very well for them, you'll be able to see what buttons and what different things for your system you'll have to do to recreate those combos. And guys, that is a hugely important thing because that is going to be the basics of how everything fights. The other thing that we're going to talk about, I think this is the fourth tip as well, is going to be the ecological resource area. This is hugely important because until you go here, your book doesn't actually get updated with any of the information on the different type of monsters. You can see just updating my field log right there because I just went into it. So this is going to be your basic research levels, and it tells you basically how much more you have to get to the next level. This is kind of a basic layout as well of a level 2, but we'll start at level 0. So at level 0, you can see you get basic information. You don't know any known habitats, you just get a basic description of what it is. At level 1, you get the known habits, or the known habitats, and you get a little bit on the area of the mobs, the elements, the ailments, all that kind of stuff that it can do, and where its breakable points are. Level 2, you get even more than that. You get all that information before, but plus you get to know what different areas are broken and what they give you. Also, on level 3, which is the maximum level, you can see all the drops and their frequency in addition to all the other information. So you know exactly what you're going to be able to get, where you're going to be able to get it, and the chances of actually obtaining that all. Another huge thing here, guys, this is super important later on more than it is right now, and that's the canteen. Hugely important because this is how you're going to get that boost that unfortunately only lasts about 10 minutes, and after it lasts about 10 minutes as well, then if you die or get knocked out, I guess is what they call it, then you're also going to have another problem because then your meal ends as well. I like going with the basic one here, the basic meat meal, because it gives a lot of decent stats. You get this cool little cutscene, but unfortunately, this cutscene doesn't actually change. It just stays the same and it's repeated over and over again. But either way, it was really cool the first time I seen it. I hope in the future they make it a little bit different. Not that it's a big deal, and it probably would be a waste of resources here. But anyways, guys, make sure that you go ahead and load up on your food. Also, if you load up a specific quest, you'll get an option to take one of his recommended food. Another thing here is you're going to see that I'm taking out these rations right now, and this is the result of a mini quest, or an oven roast is what they call it, where you can load stuff in, and then when you finish the quest, it'll all be done, and it'll be broken down into rations or a couple different things that you can actually break down for it. Anyhow, gamers, that's all the tips I have for you for right now. If you guys would like to share some of your own tips, go ahead and post in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys are recommending to do in this game. Alright, gamers, thanks for watching.